Hello, this is Mike Susky again. I'm starting a new channel, and I'm well. I did a lot of interesting things in life, and I know a lot of people think I'm full of shit. So I have a little like I guess it'd be like my man cave here. It's in my gym. I have a little personal gym, and I just want to legitimize the shit that comes out my mouth. And most people don't. Like I said, they don't even remotely believe the stuff I did. Right here, that's a picture of me. Let me figure this shit out. With, God damn it, with a belt on. Oh my God. I don't know how the fuck I'm doing this. Alright. I'll figure this. Just go with me and then we'll figure it out. Okay, that's me. National title belt. Ali signed it. I put a sticker on. Ali was sitting ringside and signed that. It was my first national title I won was the PAL Nationals, which was that was a big legitimate national title. And only had to fight one time. I was in the juniors. Only had to fight one time, right? So I never really. I don't talk too much shit about winning the PAL Nationals. The only one kid was tough as hell. I fought though. He's a Tennessee state champ. Kid was tough. Anyways, so I win the national one fight. Now I win this nationals here, and that belt with Ali and all that. That was a small national title, Black Expo. But everybody come. Two of the top five middleweights in '91 were in there. We're in that crop. Them kids in the group, and neither one of them made the finals. That's how tough that shit was. That was like winning the ABF, which is the biggest title you could win. That right there is my old man. Yeah, I'm getting better. Look at that already. That's my dad. He was my biggest boxing fan. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have done shit. That's us celebrating. We did cigars after the win. So now we're this. I won that title in Indianapolis, Indiana, right downtown, and we're at a bar, at the hotel bar, smoking some cigars. I'm 19. Got drunk off my old man had a ball. Right here, these are. This is that's me after one of my pro bouts. It's my grandfather, Mike Susky, and Mike Susky. James Lights Out Tony. Got a big story there. Let me figure this shit out again. It's me sparring with James Lights Out Tony. He was pound for pound the best fighter in the world when we were going right there. That's me smacking him up. Right there. We're in Atlantic City. In Atlantic City training. It was for the, you know what? It was for the Mike McCollum fight. We're in Atlantic City training. And I was still an amateur, right? I'm 20 years old. And 20 years old, still an amateur. And he knocks everybody out. They had a rule in Detroit in the gyms. They had a rule if you got knocked out, well, in Tony's camp, if you got knocked out, you got a plane ticket home. So he's fighting Mike McCollum, one of the greatest middleweights in history. And they had all the belts between them, Tony and McCollum. They had every middleweight belt between them, and they were two best hands down middleweights. And Tony was scared as shit of Mike McCollum. He knocked everybody out in camp but me. So I'm the only kid. I'm 20 years old, man. Still an amateur. I started boxing when I was 15. 5 years later, I'm the main sparring partner for the pound for pound best fighter in the world, and we're going at it, man, toe to toe. And because I was still an amateur, they used that as an excuse not to pay me. They were paying me, but it was like $250 a week to be a sparring partner. Then these other cats were coming in. They're paying them $1,000 a week, and he's knocking them guys out. You get knocked out, you get a plane ticket home the next day. And so consequently, I was the only guy left in camp, and I took a lot of lumps, dude. Me and him went at it. That prick. Tony was a warrior in the ring, man. I can't stand the guy, but I'll give it to him. He's sparring, gym wars, man. Most people don't realize the best boxing you will ever see is in the gym. Gym wars. And you talk to any big time boxer, you know, boxers that know their shit. The best boxing is going to be in the gym. You'd be amazed at how great the boxing sparring wars are. Anyways, so I took my lumps. Me and JT's main sparring partner. I was a runner. Had to get in shape to beat up people, man. Olympic training center out at the Olympic. I used to make that. Went out there quite a few times. Flying. I never did shit out there though. It was at Pikes Peak in Colorado. I always had a hard time breathing out there, man. Scholarship, man. I won a scholarship there by a ring boxing magazine. Bodyguard for Donald Trump out front of Mar-a-Lago right there. That's a reporter taking my picture. That's my son, man. He's making the majors, dude, right there. He's a little younger there. But he'll be in the majors, man. That kid bleeds baseball. It's insane. I hated fucking baseball. Most boring sport ever, but that kid, man, that kid bleeds. Mr. Baseball. On the U.S. boxing team, got my ass whooped by a Russian. Yeah. I make the U.S. boxing team while I was still in high school. This is back in the day when Russia was a communist country and them guys couldn't turn pro. So the old boy, right? So I'm in high school. I'm like maybe a senior in high school, and we go to the dinner show the night before the fights, and them Russians are all drinking beer and shit. These are grown ass men. So I had maybe a couple dozen fights, man. I progressed pretty fast in the ranks. I had maybe 24 fights, maybe 25 at the most. That old boy he was an amateur world champ. The kid I had to fight was amateur world champ, or the man I had to fight was amateur world champ, had hundreds of fights. Michigan ABF, Amateur Boxing Federation. Back in my day, it'd be the Olympic program stuff. You had to win that. You had to win the ABF the Olympic trials, but that was all tied into the ABF. Biggest title you can win in boxing. Look at that little shitty plaque I got. I won the ABF in 88, 89, 90, 91, and then I fought in 92. The last time I fought in the ABF, I won the damn fight. And they said I lost. It was crazy. They announced the winner, and the ref raised my hand, and then he looked at the ring corners, the colors. You gotta look at the colors: red, blue corner. And they said the red corner, and I was in the blue corner, and the ref raised my hand because he added up the scorecards and knew I won the fight. But and then put my hand down. It's all on tape, man. Put my hand down and then raise the kid's hand. Demetrius Jenkins, he's a badass. So Demetrius is out of Kronk. Demetrius could fight, man. He had some title fights in the pro. Tough kid, but I beat him. I definitely beat him. It was a tough fight. And he jumped around. He looked like a headless chicken, man. Running around the ring celebrating because he won a fight he lost. And I got my eardrum broke. He hit me. He slapped me in the side of the head, and blew out my eardrum. So I couldn't fight the next day. I couldn't fight the next day to begin with. So yeah, it's fucked up. Anyways, the Birds put the show on. The Bird family is a boxing dynasty. Chris Bird. Chris Bird's like a brother to me. Pat Bird. The Bird boys. Joe Bird was an Olympic head coach in '92. That's who I started boxing with. And I walked out on them in 91. And then in 92, they're hosting the ABF. And I lose on a fight I win. They're hosting. They're in charge of the show. So I don't know what was going on. Maybe they knew I got my eardrum broke. I really don't know what happened. But I won the damn fight. Spence was the referee. I knew Spence forever. Spence a great guy. Raised my hand, put it back down, and then told me, he goes, I don't know what the fuck was going on. He said, I added up the scorecards. You won the fight, man. I said, no shit. So anyways, that was the end of the ABF. I won my 91 plaque's a lot nicer. This is Olympic trials stuff, man. I made it to it's a bronze medal I won in the Olympic trials. I lost to the world champ, Darren Allen. Shout out, Darren Allen, world champ. I lost to him. Tough fight, man. He said I was really tough. He said he's trying to knock me out the whole time. We talked recently. And he's a tough dude, man. I put up a good fight, though, man. 17 years old, fighting in the 88 Olympic trials, man. One of my pro. That's when I was fighting pro right there, man. Beginning of my career. World stat. Look at this shit. World stat punch records, cruiserweight division, world records, and all the marrows. That's just one page. I had 7 pages of different categories. And look at this page, how many I'm in the top here. Total punches connected in 1 round. I'm a world champ. I have a world record in it. Not a world champ, world record. Power punches connected in 1 round. Power punches thrown. Mean Terry Green, man, I knocked this cat out. He's an Ohio amateur champ, and we're fighting in the pros. I'm 2-0. And this guy is 4-1 with 4 knockouts, had an amateur career. He was on the U.S. boxing team because Tim Little's a good friend of mine. Tim Little's was a world champion, alternate on the 88 Olympic team. Said when he was on the U.S. team, Mean Terry Green fought with them on a USA show. So that guy's on the U.S. boxing team, knocked his ass out in the 2nd round. Tough kid was tough, though. Ain't no doubt about that. A bodyguard for Donald Trump. Who's that? My man, Mr. Trump. Love the guy, man. Trump loved me too. Told me it when I resigned. He told me all back on the back patio. He goes, I go to the back patio, and he knows I'm resigning, and he goes, he took me aside and said, "Hey, Mike," he goes, "I hate to see you go." He said, "I'll never forget this." He goes, "No matter what happens," he goes, "I'm sure you're going to be successful." He said, "No matter what happens in your life, I'm sure you're going to be successful." And he said, "It was great having you here. It's a bodyguard." And I get that, and I thought about it. I think that was his way of saying, you're probably not going to make it in boxing, but you'll do good anyways. Whenever I think back to that, I always laugh. No matter what you do in life, I'm sure you're going to be successful. That was a good one.